Hi, my name is Dominique. I'm in grade 12, and today I will be showing you how to clean different equipment in the lab.
The first thing you're going to do is find your cleaning bin at the side of your chem station. So it should look like this. It'll have your Alkanox in it, which is what you're going to use as your soap to wash. It'll also have a couple cleaning brushes, probably a smaller one for test tubes and a larger one, and also kind of like a scrubber you can use for the inside of beakers. So for now, I'm just going to put that off to the side. I'm going to use my bottle of Alkanox to clean the first thing, which is a Erlenmeyer flask. So I'm going to put enough in there that I know it will do a good job, and I'm just going to swirl it around a little bit to make sure it's all up on the inside of the flask. Then I'm going to grab a brush, an appropriately sized brush that can fit inside, and I'm going to use it to scrub the Alkanox onto the inside of my flask. And I'm going to make sure I'm doing a really good job to make sure there's no chemical residue left over afterwards. Once I'm done that, I'm going to give it a last couple swirls and put that down the sink. I'm going to turn on the sink and just kind of give it a little bit of a rinse and pour the stuff out down into the sink. Once that's done, I'm going to put it off to the side for now as I clean everything else that I have left to clean. I have my spot plate here. I'm going to add some Alkanox to the top of it. This I'm going to want to do over the sink to not get Alkanox everywhere. I'm taking my brush and I'm just brushing on top of it to get any residue of any chemicals I used out of the spot plate. I'm going to give it a rinse just like I did the other one and put it to the side to dry now that it's all clean. The next thing that I'm going to show you how to clean is going to be this volumetric flask. I'm going to take my Alkanox, pour a little bit of it into the bulb of the flask and swirl it around. I'm going to use a little bit of water this time to dilute it to make sure that all the soap is reaching all the parts that it needs to within the bulb. I'm just going to put that down the sink, and I'm going to repeat this a couple times. The next thing I'll clean is my test tube. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Alkanox in the test tube, and I'm going to be using an appropriately sized brush, which is the smallest brush, in order to clean the inside of the tube. I'm just going to make sure that I'm getting enough soap on that brush, and I'm just going to make sure that all the inside of the tube is clean and free of any chemical residue. Give my brush a little bit of a rinse now that I've gotten a lot of soap on it. And now I will rinse my test tube until I notice that there's no soap left inside. Once I'm done rinsing it, I'm going to put it off to the side, making sure that it's in a place where it will not roll off my table. The next thing that I'm going to clean is a beaker. I'm going to put some Alkanox in there. I'm going to dilute it a little bit again, swirl it around, add some water. And this time I'm going to use my scrubber in order to scrub the inside of the beaker, making sure there's no residue in there. Now I'm going to rinse. Once I'm done that, pour it down the sink again, and then once I'm done that, I will leave it off to the side to dry. Next, I've got my graduated cylinder, again, filled with Alkanox. If you'd like to, you can dilute it a little bit using some water. Swirl it around. Now you're going to use an appropriately sized brush again, so this will probably be the bigger one, and you're going to use that to scrub the inside. Once you're done that, you're going to rinse it until there's no bubbles, no soap left inside, and then you're going to put it onto the side to dry later. Once I'm done cleaning everything that I've had to clean, I'm going to put my Alkanox back. I'm going to make sure that all my brushes are now clean, dry, and rinsed after I've used them. I'm going to put it back in my chem station right where I found it in the side, all of the stuff in its bin, and I'm going to just give my table a little bit of a wipe since there's probably going to be water splashed around. Now you have clean equipment and a clean chem station.